Hey guys, so basically this kind of message to Zoella is going to be something I've never really talked to you guys about before, but I feel like it's so important that I kind of tell you guys how I got started posting motivational and mental health videos and why I feel like they are so very important to talk about and to acknowledge and to normalize, because mental health is a horrible thing to go through and it shouldn't be pushed to the side like you're some insane person that isn't worthy of living or of having a life or a normal life or a good life. And so I'm really making this because when I was little, there was nothing on TV about it. There was nothing on YouTube about it, really. And I only ever got like little snippets basically of people talking about, you know, like I'm anxious, or, you know, like in movies when people would be scared to go like talk in the front of the class, and I would kind of relate to it, but nobody ever came out and talked about it and told me that I was okay and that I was normal. Nobody ever said anything like that to me. And even my mom and my dad and my family, you know, they understood and they were so sweet about it. But when I was younger, they had no idea what mental health and anxiety really looked like in a kid, so they didn't know how to help me or what to say to make it better. And so Zoella, she really was the first person that I ever heard talk about her anxiety. And when she started talking about it and just explaining some of the stuff that she was going through, it's like my heart, I don't know, it just, the weight on my heart, on my shoulders, on my entire body just lifted only just a little bit. But that was enough to just kind of bring in so much light into my life, because before then I thought that I was the weirdest person in the world, and I thought there's no way that I can live the rest of my life like this. And then she goes and talks about it and makes me feel like, okay, I'm not the only one doing this. She is living her life, her best life, to the fullest. If she can do it, so can I. And you really hear, I mean, and I understand YouTubers motivate everyone in many different ways, and that's why I love YouTube, and that's why YouTube is as successful as it is now, because if anything else, it makes you feel in your lowest points like you can get through it, no matter what way that is. But for me, Zoella was a turning point in my life, and realizing that my anxiety, my social anxiety, was something that I could get through. And that's when I started to realize that's what I want my channel to be. I don't want it to be makeup and beauty or, you know, fun comedy skits. If that's just not how I wanted it to be. I really wanted to focus 100% on making motivational mental health films, anything that could make someone relate to it enough to think, I can do this. If she can, so can I. And so that is truly where my life and my YouTube channel changed, was when it clicked to me that that's what I want to do, is inspire people and make them feel less alone. You all question how I'm so passionate about this, how I can be so open with you guys about mental illness and about struggles. And it's truly because I think of the girl that I was before Zoella started talking about her anxiety, and how alone I felt, and just how not normal that people make you feel when you start talking about stuff that happens only in your mind that they can't see. It's not a broken leg, it's a broken mind, and nobody cares, to be quite honest. So I think of that little girl, and I never want anyone of any age, of any gender, to ever feel that way. So that is truly why I do these videos, and not because this mental health is this new like trendy thing to talk about, not because I think it'll get me views, but because Zoella changed my life back in the day. And I want to do that for anyone that needs it, for anyone who may come across my channel. All I ever have wanted to do is help you. So if by any chance Zoella is watching this, thank you. Because you truly, truly changed my whole mindset. You changed the way I thought about life, about myself, about my own mind. And in the long run, I think that you actually saved my life. So I know you're getting a lot of hate right now. And I mean, I guess being so known, you will. But I just want you to know that I have appreciated you from the very beginning, and that will never change, no matter how much you stick a price on a calendar, or no matter how much the media tries to portray you in a bad light. I know your heart, and I know that you have the truest intentions, and you want to just help us too. So thank you for that. And I really wanted to make this not only for Zoella, but for you guys out there, because it's always kind of helped me when I know that I have motivated someone or helped someone or inspired someone. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me positive. And I remember there was a time when I was going to get my ears pierced, and I think I was like 6 years old, and I was so nervous. I have really bad anxiety. I had it as a kid, so I was super nervous about it, and I was next in line, and I went up there and I was just about to say, no, I'm not going to do it, Mom, I can't do it. There was this huge giant like squeezer thing where she was gonna put it and like basically like punch a hole in my ear. No, not happening. And I turned around and I saw this girl who had to be like 3 or 4 next in line to get her ears pierced. And right then and there I thought, I can do this, because she is watching me very intently, and if I throw a fit and I cry, she's going to do the same. She is going to cry too, and if I can do anything to help her and to make her feel like it's okay, I'm going to. And that went through my 6-year-old mind, and that stuck with me ever since. That, you know, helping other people really does help yourself. And I got my ears pierced that day. Hi, baby. I got my ears pierced that day, and didn't regret it at all. It was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then I watched that little girl do it, and she was just fine too, because she had watched me too. So if you were feeling, you know, unmotivated, if you're feeling like you don't belong, you don't matter, you know, your mind is driving you crazy, or just your life in general, I suggest trying to help somebody else and seeing what they're going through. And that's not like a rude thing to want to see, you know, how somebody else is struggling, because it's not one of those things where like, oh, they're worse than me, so I'm okay. That's not what it's about. It's about truly working on something together and kind of using both of your struggles, putting it together, and it's kind of like a force that all of a sudden you're helping each other. There's double that, and there's double the strength, and that's everything when you're struggling on your own. I suggest that. I suggest, you know, not like frantically searching for someone else who's struggling, but just kind of talking to other people and saying, you know, kind of sharing. And I know it's the hardest thing to do, to share your struggles, but sometimes it does help. So if you just share your struggles with somebody and almost ask them if they've ever dealt with anything like that, how they dealt with it, or if you guys can work on it together, you know, anything like that really helps. So I thought I'd come on here today, tell Zoella how much she meant to me, how much she helped me, tell you guys why I do this, and kind of how I got to the point where I could talk about my struggles, and what helps me when I'm in a rut and when I feel all alone. So I know that this isn't like a typical Vlogmas video, but I am posting 25 motivational films videos every day in December, so I'll have the rest of them linked down below if you need them, if you need any support. And I also did Zoella's tag that I'll have linked down below too, which I spilled a bunch of secrets about my videos. I appreciate you, Zoella, and I appreciate every single one of you watching. I just want you all to remember that what your younger self needed is what you can become for other people, for other young kids, for other adults. You can become the person that you needed all those years ago, and you can be that inspiration for someone, and you can change their life just as much as someone else has changed yours. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I love you guys so much, each and every one of you. See you tomorrow.